right, so welcome to another episode of Tales of a Gutsy Ninja. I am your host, Sans Bohemian Chevalier. Now, with that being said, today's episode is going to be about what happened to us. That is the topic of today's discussion, and this is for all of you guys, not just any creative. It's pretty much for everybody, for the whole world. And the question is, what happened to us? Now, I've noticed lately that despite our trials and tribulations, you know that song from the Black Eyed Peas called "Where Is the Love"? Where is the love? What happened to us as humanity? I know that it's hard. I know that life is difficult. Ups and downs. I know that sometimes we have money, sometimes we lose money. We go broke, we go rich. You know, I know that despite the circumstances, everybody wants to do the best they can. We work jobs that we might hate. We work jobs that don't pay us good for our skills, and we try our best to find jobs that are worthy of our skills, of our talent. But what happened to love? What happened to the empathy of our neighbor, as they say, as the Christians say? I'm a dice, though. A lot of things will correlate to Christianity and Buddhism, since that's what connects people the most. With that being said, you know, what happened to us? What happened to loving the neighbor despite you not liking them, right? Um, I don't like some of my neighbors and they don't like me, and that's perfectly fine. But we have to live together in harmony despite that circumstance, right? Sometimes you don't like the people you work with, right? I love the people I work with because they make my life easier. Sometimes I might not be in the mood to like them, but I try my best to like them, right? So what has happened is it happened that society has been disconnected through social media. I think a lot of us see the fancy gadgets that everybody has, and by that I mean, chains, cars, houses. And if you're working really hard to get that, you frustrate yourself. And don't frustrate yourself. You'll get it. You'll get it. I put it in the name of higher power that you'll get that. But don't forget love. Like the song says from the Black Eyed Peas, where is the love? How come everybody just dislike each other? You know, there's another song from J. Cole that says "Love Yours," and that song is very prolific, I would say, because you should love yours. You shouldn't envy what other people have, right? Because you don't know what steps they had to go through that. They had to even lose so much money. When you analyze the rich folks, and I'm talking the rich entrepreneurs, and I mean rich in the sense of you see their power, you see their money. A lot of them don't have families, right? So you have to tell yourself to the point of like I told myself, if I want to be wealthy like some of them, up to what point do I want to give a damn about a family? Some of them don't have families, all right? A lot of them get cheated on because they don't have time for their wives. They don't have time for their kids. So ask yourself, is it worth it? But before you ask yourself, is it worth it? Ask yourself, can I give people love despite my circumstances? If I'm broke, if I'm poor, can I give somebody love? Right? I think that's the toughest situation. Think about the story of Job, right? Where he was one of the wealthiest men and he lost everything. And a lot of you guys are gonna go through that, right? And if you're in that journey right now, not fret about how you're gonna make it. It's hard because sometimes I like faith. Sometimes I lack ambition. So sometimes we like everything during the circumstances. And I'm not here to preach you about money. I'm not here to preach you about, I have this nice cars because I don't. I'll be honest with you. But my main purpose of why I had to go back on camera and how to get back on my grind and how to get back on my hustle was because God exists. Even if you're an atheist, I used to be an ex-atheist. Okay, so get back on your stuff. Don't fret about, if your neighbor has more than you, right? Don't compare yourself. They say that comparison is a thief of joy, and that's on everything. That's on your body, that's on your health, that's on your mind. Do not compare yourself to your neighbors, to the people online, right? Because you don't know what they had to go through. Trust me, a lot of you guys wouldn't even last in their shoes. You wouldn't last on, who do I say, for example? You wouldn't last on Dr. Dre's shoes. You wouldn't last on Two Chain's shoes. And a lot of you guys wouldn't last on your celebrity shoes. You guys would have folded right away, right? So keep on going. Show some love. Show some respect. Okay. Show a lot of love despite people hating on you. And if you know, people know, like you personally will know if someone doesn't like you. You know when people hate on you, but smile back. You know, it sounds cliche to say kill them with kindness, and you're not really killing them with kindness at all. Not at all. Like you're not killing people with kindness. You are showing them that despite their, how to put it to you this in woo woo magic, despite their low vibrational, you're gonna give them high vibrations back, right? So smile at them, shake their hand, give them fist bump, because you don't know what they're going through. One thing, since I was a kid, I'll tell you this: I asked myself, I want to put myself in other people's shoes, right? I want to put myself in people's circumstances because I know, damn, this is super loud. Oh well. Um, so despite the circumstances, I want to put myself on people's shoes. I don't want to be I don't want to be that person that doesn't understand the poor of the poorest and the richest of the richest. And I think that once you start doing that in your life, you'll live in the moment. You'll live happily and be grateful for everything that you have, right? And if you're young, I'll tell you this right now from my own personal experiences. Don't worry about the women, all right? Don't worry about the woman if you're young. Don't worry about building your 20s. I'll tell you that right now. As a 32-year-old, I'm telling you, building your 20s. And if you didn't build in your 20s and you're like me right now, keep building in your 30s. Reinvent yourself. I think that's one of the most beautiful things that you can do is reinvent yourselves. And the people that you grew up with, they're not gonna like it. They're gonna judge you a lot because they're gonna think that it's not genuinely you. Don't worry about those, man. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about it. And once you reinvent yourself in your mind and your spirit, you can walk with $20 in your drawers, $20 in your pants, but you're gonna feel different. You're gonna feel different. So with that being said, thank you for this episode of Tales of a Gutsy Ninja. So ask yourself, where is the love and what happened to us? Put down a comment down below if you found that topic interesting. If you're going through that right now, let's say you have money and you lost your money and you're trying to find ways to get it back up. If you found a new career and you're struggling, I'll tell you this right now. Most of the people that might not connect with you and might not understand you, they don't understand because sometimes you have to let the ego go away of the money you were making. Sometimes you're gonna have to go poor. Sometimes you're gonna have to go broke doing what you want, right? You don't have to necessarily do it all the time, right? But you value your life the most when you do end up losing monetary in your bank account. And you realize that you had it all along. So don't be afraid to be in the camera. Don't be afraid to, be goofy. Don't be afraid to be silly. Don't be afraid to be weird and quirky, right? Trust me, most people care too much about what people think. I used to be one of those persons. not anymore. So see you in the comments below. Try to holler at y'all, all of y'all that comment and feel related to this. And thank you for taking some of your moment and listening to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Hasta luego. Peace out. Matane.